start with the minutes from September 24th. Everybody have a chance to take a look at them. Pretty simple meeting. Anybody any questions or admissions or want to add anything to it? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept them as printed. Anybody will make that motion?
Seconded.
I will make a motion to accept the September minutes.
September 24th. Yep.
Okay.
And Andrew seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Approved unanimously. Welcome to the new members. Mike's not here, but welcome to Montserrat, which we welcomed last meeting, and welcome back, Sarah, which we welcomed you back last meeting. It's good to see you all back. All right, preliminary discussion of the CPC plan. Has everybody had a chance to look at it at least? Maybe you have it in front of you. If you don't, it's not a big deal. Every year we have to go through and look at the CPC plan and make any changes or any updates as we deem necessary. The CPC plan is what the CPC, the committee, goes by, especially if there's not enough money for the projects out there. And we have to make decisions on who gets funded and who doesn't. We will refer then to the CPC plan, the CPA plan, and make our decisions based on that. So what's written in this plan is important, especially when it comes to historical, housing, open space, recreation. Every category has their goals, their priorities. And that's what we're just going to take a look at quickly tonight, and then you get a feel of what we're doing, and we'll take a look at it again in November. All right. So I'm going to start with open space. And should I go page by page? Is that okay with you guys?
Sure.
All right, page 2 is the protected land in Whately. It has not been updated since 2022. If it's okay with you guys, I'd just soon ask Jess at the town offices to talk to FERCog and get this updated.
Mhm.
That makes sense to everybody?
Yep.
She knows who to talk to up there, and I think she's done this before. Priorities for, on page 3, the priorities. Preservation of farm property, protection of public drinking water supply, and the preservation of forest land, the maintenance of scenic views and historic landscapes, and protection of wildlife habitats. I think that's going to stay as is. We're going to go on to historic preservation. Their priorities are preserve and rehabilitate historical significant buildings and structures and archaeological resources and landscapes. Preserve and rehab and document gravestones. Preserve his town's historic records and artifacts and provide storage to ensure the preservation. Preserve the Whately Historical Society's collection of Whately artifacts, photographs, and documents. And update the existing inventory of historic structures, buildings, houses, including the tobacco barns, mill sites, stone walls, and document archaeological resources. Judy says that the Historical Society or Historical Commission will be reviewing this at their next meeting, so they may have updates for us in November. Community housing. Priorities. Increase the affordable housing options for low and moderate income individuals and seniors. Assist the development and promotion and affordability of low and moderate income and senior housing. Contribute this is a big one, to the goal of 10% affordable housing stock in Whately. I don't think we're at 1% right now, I'll tell you the truth. Provide housing that is harmonious with in architectural design, scale, setting, and materials with the surrounding neighborhood. Investigate housing opportunities in existing buildings or construction on previous developed or town-owned sites. Use CPA funds to leverage other funding for the development of rehab or affordable rental and owner-occupied housing for local residents. And give priority, as allowed, to Whately residents and town employees for newly available affordable housing. So Montserrat, when you guys meeting on a regular basis,
Yeah, yes.
okay. Bring this up to them, talk it over and see if these priorities are still the priorities you think that your committee should have.
Okay.
If they're fine, they're fine. Recreation, their priorities. Rehab of existing fields at Hurley Park to include irrigation, power, and dugouts. Development of a multi-purpose trail network that provides hiking and other outdoor recreational possibilities such as snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, mountain biking, horseback riding, and the like. And provides links to trails to adjacent towns. And foster relationships with area recreational committees to offer additional opportunities. So when you get your next meeting or two, Chris, talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
See if these priorities are still the same.
Yeah, I feel like there's some stuff to add.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there is. All right. Anybody any questions or comments yet? I'm going too fast. Tell me to slow the heck down. On page 7 is just a general criteria and category specific criteria. And under the category specific criteria for open space, this is what the CPC has determined to give preference to if we have to make any kinds of decisions on funding. I'm not going to read them all off. But when we're looking at projects, we're going to be looking at these priorities. And we'll give preference if they match a lot of them, or not so much if they don't match a lot of them. Historic preservation will receive preference for the next bunch of bullet points. Historic, community housing, and recreation. So take a look at those with your committee. I think they're pretty well straightforward. I think the best way to look at it is if your project benefits a great number of people in town, then it's going to receive favorable marks. If it just benefits a few people or a small section, then not so many marks. Any other questions? Any questions at all on the CPC plan? Again, we're just updating. We don't expect to rewrite it. It's changed some in its 15 years of its existence, but it hasn't changed a lot. Okay, guys? Okay. Center School. I saw the lift up there for a couple, maybe 3 days. So I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume. My mom always told me, don't assume.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the roof repairs are complete and the roof is no longer leaking rain into the building. If you remember at our September meeting, we voted $4,000 out of the administration account to fund the emergency repairs of that roof. Outstanding balances for CPA I don't know of any, other than the Tri-Town Beach Dock is done. We had appropriated 16,000 and they used 14,999.30, something like that. There's roughly $500 left over that we will, at the next town meeting, encumber, bring back into our accounts. Items not anticipated. I think I sent this to everybody. On November 2nd, which is a Sunday at 2 o'clock, the Whately Church, the Congregational Church, is going to be holding an organ concert for an appreciation to thank the residents of the town for voting to approve the money, the CPA money, to fix the windows. Everybody's invited to attend, and Judy says current and past members of the CPC are especially invited. Sounds like a pretty cool thing. The concert's going to feature 2 master organists with Whately connections. It'll feature pieces for 2 organists at the keyboard and organ, and piano pieces. So if you like that kind of music, please show up. Chris, you want to talk about your possible project now, or you?
With the playground?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so something that we're trying to do is get a playground over at Herlihy. We want to stick it like outside of left field, at the youth baseball field. That way it kind of keeps people protected from like foul balls or people playing catch on the big diamond. So right now, the grant that I'm going to be applying for, where is that? The Land and Water Conservation Fund grant program. I believe that's what we used when we did that like parking lot project down there. So that's the game plan. I'm gonna work to get that. And then I believe I need to secure that before we discuss like a CPA application and all that. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's priority number 1. I saw that the PTO committee is looking to do some new stuff at the elementary school. I feel like that wouldn't be like make it tougher for us to secure funds, because we're not just adding stuff, like we're building a brand new, very
Right.
expensive, hopefully, thing, get a good playground. So that's the game plan.
Cool. And you realize that the second Tuesday in December is the cutoff date for applications.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it'll probably, because don't we do another one in the spring? Does it come back around?
Necessarily, we do one in June for time sensitive projects,
Okay.
and you have to prove why it's time sensitive.
Okay.
But unfortunately, those won't be voted on until a special town meeting in either September or October.
Okay.
So if you could get your ducks in a row for this one, and then I think the town meeting is going to be in June this year, the regular town meeting.
Okay.
All
Do you
right.
think I'll be able to hear about that grant by then? Because I think it actually opened today on
Mhm.
October 15th, is what I want to say, when they were going to start taking applications.
Okay.
So I feel like I don't know if I wouldn't hear about it by then.
They don't give you any insight on when they will be awarding the grants?
I don't know. I got because this is my first time like applying for one of these. I have a contact woman and she said if I need any help just to get in touch. So maybe that's something I can reach out. I'll make a note of that. Reach out with her about like a timeline of when we'll figure out what we're getting and when we're getting, kind of thing.
How much are you asking for, Chris?
Um, so I'm thinking that I want to say the grant goes up to 90,000. Is that? I want to say that's. I want to say that's what it was. So yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be looking at over $100,000 project for sure, because that surface that you have to be ADA compliant or whatever, that's
Yeah,
the most expensive part is that surface.
okay.
And I watch it every day at Conway Grammar School. I watch those little pieces just kick up, and you're not raking wood chips back in like you're doing that, So it does stink, but that's the way it is. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can talk about it again in November. Hopefully you have a idea of when they're going to award the grant.
yeah. Yep.
All right. You mentioned that elementary school would like to revamp their playground. They're going to take apart, and they hope to do this with volunteer help. Take apart part of the playground, buy new pieces, and rebuild it.
Yep.
We should be seeing an application before the deadline for
Cool.
that project.
Yep. Yep.
Questions from anybody? Come on.
I have a question about that playground surface.
Hey,
So, I assume, Chris, you're talking about that surface that's like rubber,
Yes.
and as are playgrounds required to have that now?
So they are not required to, but in order to get state grant money, then they have to have that surface because it's in compliance. I want to say it's with ADA, but it's with compliance with one of those things.
Yeah.
So in order to like, we could, fundraise 100 grand or something, and then we could put down whatever we wanted. But in order to get the grant, yeah, you got to use that
Yeah,
surface.
I get it. It's probably because you can't use a wheelchair on the wood chips.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that could be it.
Thanks.
Yep.
anybody else have anything? We're gonna end this pretty soon.
What else do I got? We were me and Wayne are in touch with, and maybe this would be what we go for this time around. Again, I'll reach out to that woman, but planting trees. So I guess that was the parking lot project like included that those pine trees had to be replaced. So the plans now are showing like 7 red oak trees and 7 basswood trees. Wayne's, Farmer Wayne's figuring out exactly what kind of trees he wants where. He's talking maples and oaks. So, and he's the master. You farmers in Whately, you guys know how to do it. Um, so yeah, that's something else that we're looking up. I just got an email about that today. So I'll make a note of that too.
Chris, I know maples are starting to be stressed just due to climate change stuff.
That's a good point.
I don't know if you want to talk to Keith. He was our tree guy for however long,
Yep.
not just road boss. So I mean,
Right.
and he may also have some lines on how to get maybe better deals.
Okay.
But I know oaks have a lot of cleanup, unfortunately. Just we have an oak in the yard and
Right. You get all the acorns
Yeah.
and
A
yeah.
late leaf drop, which is
Yeah.
a pain.
Yeah.
yeah, he may have some insights. But I love maples, but I know they're starting to get really
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. Because yeah, this is, I suppose like a 100-year plan, right? When it comes to the trees.
Mhm.
So definitely got to make sure they're the right ones. So yeah.
and just in terms of maintenance.
Yeah.
Maybe
Also
something that
true.
the lawnmowers aren't going to be totally pissed
Yeah,
about.
the frontier guys mowing the lawn and aren't going to be too happy if the leaves are everywhere. But
That fence down next to the parking lot, the old wooden fence,
yep.
That's staying the way it is,
It's standing right now,
barely.
you know, and
And
that's, I
and
mean,
then
that's something
there's a lot of-
else.
What about the vegetation like immediately behind it? Is that being removed? I know you had some.
I don't think we
vegetation
can.
issues.
I don't think we can get on the other side of that fence and start doing stuff because it's part of some protected thing. I know Wayne's
Yeah,
mentioned
that's
that
part of the
before.
wetland boundary there. I think that fence line is your limit of work. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do anything to that vegetation except like keep it out of the driveway there. But yeah, I think that was part of our Concom. You had to a limit of work area.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, I noticed it's really encroaching on the fence, but we can keep it off the fence, right?
Yeah, yeah, as long as you're not trimming down beyond the fence area, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Anybody else got any comments, questions? Andrew, when is the next meeting?
That was November 12th by my calendar. That's the second Wednesday.
All right. Let's put that down for everybody. November 12th at 5 o'clock via Zoom. Everybody still cool with doing it by Zoom?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're done?
We're done.
We're done. Wow.
Actually, I do have one more thing.
Good.
So, kind of a good news for our big CPA project from like what we were doing the past, I guess that was past couple years, actually like securing the funds and getting the time to build it. But that batting cage, so something what we're actually trying to do is put a roof on that. So that would not with town money. That would be with Frontier baseball money. So we're gonna try and get a roof on that. So that the JV teams, like when it's a rainy like spring day, they don't get to have practice because there's no gym time. So then what we can do is like, okay, JV softball, you're 3 to 4:30, JV baseball, 4:30 to 6. You have the two cages under the roof, and then you have the pavilion. So like people are out of the way, and you could have kids do a workout over there or something. So that's kind of our next master plan to make that spot even better and just try to get the baseball team to do what we can to get that looking sharp. So I've been in touch with SG Custom Homes. So he's drawing up a plan for that, and we're gonna get a price and see what we can do.
Cool.
So yeah,
Good
so that'd be a way to, get that even nicer looking.
Yeah.
So
The park has come along quite a bit in the last few years and
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, Wayne just the guy he can do anything, like how he built that batting cage is just remarkable. Like you couldn't do stuff without people in Whately who go above and beyond for
Yeah.
sure. Never could.
awesome.
So we're lucky.
We are. We got really good, talented people who really care.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, please, if you're going to have meeting with your committees, please bring up the plan. Maybe just make a copy of the priorities that are listed and the preferences that the CPC will be given to each of the committees. And just talk it over. Doesn't have to be extensive, but if you're fine with it and the committee's fine with it, that's fine with us. All right?
Alan, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
We have two possible dates for the next housing committee meeting. We weren't able to settle it yesterday. And it's possible that we will be meeting after the next CPC meeting.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
What's the deadline of
There's
discuss-
not a deadline.
Okay.
There's not a deadline.
All right, we'll just discuss it at our next meeting, whenever that
All
is.
right, so if you do it the next meeting, we can talk about it, and if there's changes, we can add it in December or January.
Okay.
We just need to update it.
Yeah.
There's no deadline for that. Okay? Thank you. All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
I
Aye.
Hey,
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Cool. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Alan.
Al. See everybody.